Welcome to Talking Awe, Season 2. So, I've had a couple weeks off now. Had a fantastic time. Been real busy. Been busy working on a new website for my photography. Putting together a video. That's what we're going to start. We're going to start with a video I put together. New Year's Eve, I was in Eastport, Maine. I'll set the scene for you. 10:30 at night, we were down there in downtown Eastport. 32, 33 degrees, wind out of the north, about 30 miles an hour, little mist, chilly. Well, I was down there for a good reason. It was one of the quirkiest, weirdest New Year's Eve events in the country. It is the annual Eastport Maple Leaf and Sardine Drop. Not real fish. This is an 8-foot replica. It's a wood frame, canvas stretched over it, and painted to resemble a sardine. They drop it from a building on Bank Square in Eastport called the Tides Institute and Museum. Great night. I got the video. Have a look.
Washington Post, am I getting more?
All right. What did you think? Cool, huh? Yeah. We got down to the square about 10:30 or so, and I set up trying to figure out how I was going to make this video into something that people would watch. That was when I noticed the clock. I went, okay, well, here's the thing. I'll start about 5 minutes till the hour. I'll show the clock. I'll show the scene. I'll show the clock. I'll show the scene. So I can cut back and forth between the clock and the crowd and the sardine to build suspense. Okay. At 11 p.m., the band cut loose with a rousing rendition of "Oh Canada" as they lowered the 4-foot plywood maple leaf from the third story of the Tides Institute And it was Canadian New Year. Just across the bay. Half a mile. Atlantic time zone. So at 11 o'clock, they were celebrating New Year's Eve in Canada. 12 o'clock rolled around. Band struck up Old Lang Syne. And we lowered the sardine. It was great. I came back to Keene. I cut the video. Put it immediately on Facebook. Due to the fact that it was a New Year's Eve video. And they don't get as much attention if you post them in July. All right. Within a week, the video had 400 hits. I was contacted by email by somebody from the Tides Institute in Eastport, Maine. They said they had seen the video and they wanted to post it on their Facebook page. My answer was, why, sure. Post it, share it, spread it around, tell all your friends about it. 2 days later, I got an email from the same person at the Tides Institute telling me that the clock that I had filmed in my video is a recent addition to that renovated building. It was made by a company called the Electric Time Company. I believe they're out of Massachusetts. And somebody from that company had seen the video and they wanted to know if they could use my video on their website. Again, I said, well, it ran through my mind, you know, should I say, yeah, you can use it for $100? I'm not real business savvy yet. So I just said, yeah, go ahead, use it on your website as long as I get credit. The credit should read video courtesy of Rick Blood, Cheshire TV, Keene, New Hampshire. So I haven't checked their website yet to see if it's there, but it's the Electric Time Company. And, you know, you can see it. You can pull it up on YouTube. I've got links on my Facebook page to it. I thought it came out good. And, you know, it was something different to do on New Year's Eve. I was in Eastport, spent New Year's with my sister and her old man and friends in Eastport. Had a wonderful time. Took some great photos while I was up there. You know, it was just great. And being on hiatus from this show doesn't mean that I've been on hiatus from my job. Beginning of the year, it's been real busy. We've got a whole new year of city committee meetings, city council meetings. We have a lot of new councilors. We have a new mayor who was sworn in on January 2nd. And I have to say, you know, I'll start out, because it's early yet, by saying kudos to Mayor Lane. So far, a pretty good job. He handles city council meetings well, as far as his TV presence. He's made some changes already. Changes, not huge changes, not changes that affect the way that the city runs, but changes that allow for the public to be a little bit more informed. For instance, he's made a change in public hearings, where when they have a public hearing at City Hall and people come up to the microphone and talk, when people get done talking at the microphone and they're all done at the City Hall, Kendall will close the oral portion of the public hearing. But he'll keep the public hearing open until the following Tuesday, so that anybody that sees the replays here on Cheshire TV and wants to add something to the public input can write a letter or send an email, and it will get in the record. Gives you people at home, you people that don't want to necessarily go to the public hearings, you can watch it at home. You can write down your stuff that you want to say, send it to City Hall, and it'll be in the record. That's a good thing. He's also made some changes in committee meetings, so that when the committee makes a motion and then opens for discussion, once the motion is made, the only people that can be involved in the discussion are the actual 5 counselors on the committee and the general public, not other counselors. Understand? If a counselor that's not on the committee is sitting in the audience, they can't come up to the mic and have discussion at that point. Counselors have to hold their thoughts until the next full council meeting. That's their chance to have their say. The committee meetings is the committee, 5 counselors on the committee, and general public. So it's a good thing. He's making strides to make, maybe he's been watching my show. Maybe he's been listening to the things that I've been screaming about, the city, making sure that the public has access to all the information that they need. I think he's done very well at that so far. And it looks like it's getting better. It used to be you would be able to see the mayor, once every 6 weeks on Town Crier, one morning a month on Danny Mitchell's show, one morning a month on Cynthia Georgina's radio show. Well, Kendall is still going to appear on Danny's show once a month. He's still going to appear on Cynthia's show once a month. But you're going to see him on Town Crier every single week. So he'll be able to give you updates every single week about stuff that's going on in the city from the mayor's point of view. And I think that's fantastic. I still think every department head should have a show. Or we should have one show, the city this week, in which every department head takes 5 minutes or 10 minutes and says, tells you what's going on. It could be a good thing. All right. Now that I've just spent the last 5 or 6 minutes kissing the mayor's butt, now it's time to do what I do. Because I have to say I am a little disappointed with the mayor. Sorry, Kendall. It's nothing personal. You've got the job. You're in the shoes. I don't like the shoes. Kendall made an appearance on Keene No Spin this past week with Randy Filio and Dave Richards. And talk soon turned to the acquisition of the new police vehicle from Homeland Security. The things that Kendall said upset me. He reiterated once again that this is nothing more than a glorified Hummer. He also said that people's concerns about the government spending that kind of money in this economy was pointless because the government had already spent the money. This is surplus equipment that has come back from the war. He's wrong. It's not my fault, but he's wrong. When the surplus military equipment hits the market, you will know it. You'll see the ads all over the place. It'll be, military auctions, military vehicles cheap, Army Hummers for $500. Surplus equipment does not cost $300,000. And if the government is paying $300,000 for a used surplus vehicle, that's a whole nother discussion right there. That falls right back along years ago. Remember the $400 hammer? Yeah, same thing. Irresponsible, reckless government spending. The truth is, what we're getting here in Keene in this vehicle is a brand new, built to order vehicle. That's why we can't get it until June. Because it has not been built yet, or it is in the process of being built. The Lenco Bearcat website specifically says these vehicles are built once they are ordered. And the whole thing about it not being nothing more than just a glorified Hummer, that's crap too. Granted, it doesn't have guns or any weaponry on it. Because we haven't bought it yet. They're options. We're going to get the stripped down basic vehicle. Probably doesn't even have an AM radio in it. All the other stuff comes later. And you can bet your ass there's hundreds of options that you can purchase for this vehicle. Everything from water cannons to pepper sprayer guns, to M50 machine guns, to tow anti-tank missiles can be put on this vehicle. Just because it doesn't come with that doesn't mean that eventually we won't have it. And then let's talk about maintenance. I've heard the only place to get this serviced by an authorized service technician is Nashua. So what do? We're going to have a cop drive the thing over there to Nashua. That's an hour over, an hour back, and then to sit over there while it's being serviced, or to get a ride back here, which means another cop going over and bringing him back. That's money. But yet I'm told we can't run the parking meters till 11 o'clock at night because, God forbid, a regular cop has to spend 2 minutes writing out a ticket. No. You people on the city council, Kendall, if you're watching, think. It's not a surplus vehicle. It's a brand new vehicle. We're going to have to get it maintained in Nashua. And if it's under warranty, those warranties can be a bitch. They can say, bring the thing over, once every 2 months. So we can go through it. When it needs an air filter change, or it needs new windshield wipers, or it needs a new tire. Oil changes. It's going to cost us more than what they want you to believe. And yes, it's tax dollars. It's not surplus military equipment. Is that enough ragging on the mayor? All right. I guess so. The other thing, I believe at this coming up city council, they're going to go over the whole Ruth Venezia, Dory O'Meara debacle, scuffle, rumble, whatever it was. Saw a bit of the FOP meeting this past week where they were discussing that. And I'm not sure who the guy was, but he was talking about how the fact that it's trying to think of how he put it. It's something about the fact that Ruth did nothing wrong, that because she was not in her duties as a city councilor, then it's all right for her to swear and push people around. It was two candidates. It wasn't a candidate and a city councilor, but it was a candidate and a city councilor. She was running for re-election. People in public office, we should hold to a higher standard. They should act according to their position in the government. And if you're a city councilor, yes, you want to do whatever you can to act that much better than anybody else. You know, that much more dignified. That's all we're asking. And now that we're talking about dignity in politics, I attended and filmed the marriage equality rally last Tuesday night on Central Square. And Chris Roberts got up and filled the people in a little bit on how things in the State House work. I wanted to puke. I really did. Apparently, when a bill like the marriage equality bill comes up for a vote, and a representative or a senator wants to vote against it but doesn't want anybody else to know they're voting against it, they pull this number. I have to go to the bathroom. Vote without me. Or they just don't come in for the vote. Which means that they can't be blamed either way. Or can they? Damn right they can. By me. If you're an elected official out there and you're listening to me, listen close. I feel if I've elected you, you be in those chambers and you vote. And if you miss one vote, hand in your resignation. You don't belong there. Yeah. The reason you're in Congress, the House, or the Senate, is to do the bidding of the people. It's not to disappear and go have a martini while everybody's voting against your issue. If you're an elected official and you've got session, your ass better be in those chambers. Otherwise, get the hell out of the job. Give it to somebody that wants to do it. This angers me to no end because this is our political system. Instead of standing up and even trying, you know, people will just go, well, no, I'm just not going to be there. It's crap. If you're a representative or a senator or a congressman and there's a vote, be there. Otherwise, you're just fodder. We don't need you. And it's all about money. We saw that in the primary. Who didn't think Mitt Romney was going to win? You know, it was predicted months in advance. Romney's going to win. Why? Not because, you know, he traveled around New Hampshire for a month, shaking everybody's hand. I didn't see him. He didn't come to Cheshire TV, which is a media outlet here in Keene with 3, 4, 5 political shows on it. Come on. Romney won because he's got money. He's a fat cat. I don't know. I was up when Dixville Notch voted. And you know, I've decided I want to move to Dixville Notch. Because at midnight you go down, the polls are open, the polls are closed. Everybody's voted, all 9 of you. Yep, let's read the results. 2 votes for Romney, 2 votes for Gingrich, 1 vote for Santorum, 1 vote for Huntsman, 1 vote for Bachman, and 1 vote for Rick Blood, because he wrote himself in. I would do that all the time. National news. Rick Blood gets 10% of the votes in Dixville Notch. And now what I can't understand is, with only 9 registered voters in that town, why don't the Free State guys take like a VW minibus up there and take over the whole town? 18 Free Staters move into Dixville Notch, and that's a 2/3 majority right there. What are they wasting their time in Keene? I don't know. Okay, my time's running down. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope I made you think just a little bit. And I hope I made you think enough to question. Question elected officials. We put them there. We keep them there. They should answer to us instead of their own agendas. That's all I'm saying. So, until next week, it's Rick Blood. Take care of each other and, you know, live life in its simplest form. Peace.